and play the level that I forgot I forgot anything about it. I don't remember. I really don't remember anything about this game once I'm not playing it. So, I don't know. Sometimes it's really hard to try and get the thing onto the like the movable thing on the overworld. So I guess yeah, how the hell am I supposed to do this? All of a sudden I can't quite figure this one out. I think if I just put the level indicator here. Huh. Yeah, this is... Sometimes I'm very bad at this part. Because I need to have the level indicator move onto the skull, like on this little path over here. And to do that, I can't say skull is not me anymore. Okay, whatever. I mean, I can destroy the water, and then I can come over to the two, but that doesn't actually do anything because I need to get the level selector over here. What an annoying and weird problem to have. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Got it. That was actually quite straightforward in the end. Just had to get everything queued up a little bit. Alright, exercise hall. I'm assuming that means there's going to be a bunch of belts. No, it means there's going to be a bunch of I'm not sure. Well, we have... Keke is move. Oh no. This is not good. So... Alright. So we have level is right, and then is up is left. And then... Okay, what do I need to do? I need to eliminate, in order, box is empty, water is empty, and then love... I guess I would need to push the water is empty down over here. This level isn't hard, but it's going to be quite annoying. So, bear with me for a second while I do this. Let's see. I want to do that. And let's see. Let's push that down. Push that over here. Push that there. Push that down there. Oh, damn it. How do I reverse? There we go. Okay, push love is empty. We just wait for... I'm just gonna wait for that. And then take the flag. Alright, cool. Crusher's next. Named after a famous doctor on TV. I don't know. If flag is window, you just need to go to the flag. I think so. What if two texts were stacked and they were both shift? Would they shift each other forward? Yeah, you're right. That's brilliant. Let's do that. So, if we say... I got it now. Okay. Once we do that, we're in totally good shape. So, what I can do is I can push weak up here. I can then push belt is shift and push onto the same block at the same time. So what do I need to do to pull that off? I guess I would want... So I would push... I would do belt is shift, at the same time that I push some text into place to do it. So I'd probably do something like this. And that unfortunately didn't work. Yeah, see, that's the thing. It's like the... I feel like I need multiple conveyor belts to get text stacked on each other. But I don't actually know if that's the case or not. Let's see about this. If I do... Okay, so this is... I think this is definitely the right idea. I think that it's... if we do get two things of text stacked on top of each other, they will shift each other upwards. So it's all about just finding the right configuration to move... Yeah, we just need a way to do that. And I have fairly limited space to pull it off. But, if I were here and I pushed some text at the same time the conveyor belt was pushing something in the correct direction. Okay. Oh. Yeah, so this is the setup that I had mere moments ago, and it almost seemed like it worked. Yeah, I'm really surprised that this doesn't quite work the way I expected it to. But I guess I'm also not. I definitely don't want to do belt as text. Wait. Yes, I do. Oh. This is actually... Okay, now I understand. I don't need to use the conveyor belts. I need to stack text on the belt and just convert belt into text at the same time that I do that. And somebody in my chat told me that, but they told me that after I did it. Or after I figured it out for myself, so it doesn't count as cheating. Okay, so what we need to do is get belt as push, get text to... get that into position there, and get text into position. God, I do not have enough space. This is getting a little old, but it's okay. So I can push a little bit over here for right now. Damn it. Text, just get the hell out of here for a second. Okay. And... Alright. Wait, was that it? Okay. That probably wasn't intentional, but it'll totally work out. Oh, I don't want to lose text, though, because I want to make text this shift in the end. So, I need to take belt as shift off. I need to take push and just position it correctly. Oh, yeah, okay. We'll just take is over here. We'll take push and we'll get it into place there. We'll take is, we'll get it into place over here. Okay, we now have double stacked belts and push. We can get that into position there. We can then push belt out of the way. We can say text is shift. And they'll start moving forward. They'll push weak out of the way as I expected earlier. I can come over here and say that move is no longer a factor in this. So having done that, I can now say level is text. And we can go to the overworld with this pupper. And now I've converted level over here to be text. I can say rock is level. And we can then move on to, Yeah, we can... Okay, having done that... We can... Yeah, so we can't say, like... Rock is level. Another thing that we can do that's very interesting is we... Alright, so we have Skull is defeat, Skull facing Keke is move, level is... And... We have... Wall of Stop Flag is win. Keke is U. Belt is shift, so that's over there. I suppose that the skulls are not... And that's very interesting. So the skulls can have stuff pushed upon them, and I can... I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I guess I need to find a way to get belt as push into place. And I would prefer to do it in a way that doesn't result in me losing any text in the process. So if I push that text up there and then that text up there... Huh. This is gonna be hard, I think. It's just because I have a little bit of trouble actually just figuring out how to get the text around. So I can get an is, but I've lost access to both the push and the is over here. So, I'm wondering if there was some way to... I guess I need a way to push belt down, and or I mean I need to find a way to push to the left, or belt is shift down or something. Push that up, push that over there. Huh. Yeah, this is one of those where I'm a little bit clueless on how to start, but I imagine that as soon as I figure out something, I will be able to get stuck really quickly. So that's really nice. I know that we're all really anticipating that. Still, if I had some way of just getting belt as pushed, then I could push this out of the way at the very least. But, not sure how to do it. So that's how it immediately die to a skull. Oh. Well, one thing I can do right out the gate is just make the belt not shift anymore. So that's easy enough. We can then probably do text down here. I'm guessing what I probably want to do next is text as shift so that I can move the skulls around. So to do that, we're gonna just push belt out of the way. We're gonna say text is shift, and then I can push skulls using text. And that... Okay. That gives me some interesting things that I can do here. If I push weak over here, then the level immediately ends, so that's not good. I guess... So one thing I did at the very beginning was I pushed this to the right, and I think that what I want to do... Let's just restart real quick. Is probably push shift up there. Then I can come over here and I can say text is shift. And just do it this way. So now I can kind of push things along. Oh. Oh, okay, that's really interesting stuff. So I can use another is statement here. Ah. Okay. So when I pushed text is shift over, one thing I didn't account for is that I would actually lose access to the yeah. So let's try, Why can't I walk over to the flag at this point? Oh. That's true. But, what I need to do is I need a way to, I need to find something I can do with the level, with level is up here to be able to actually, do some sort of meta puzzle, I'm sure. If I go, like, return to map, but it's useful, okay, it's useful to stop here and think, like, okay, what could I convert this into? Level is text might be something that I want to do. And that would turn this into maybe, rock is level, which would then unlock another level for me. So I think that's what I want to do at a bare minimum. So let's go back into the level now. I'm glad that you at least like made me think through that anyway. It is useful to make sure I'm actually doing stuff that progresses in the game. So let's do belt is shift. We'll come down over here with text is shift into belt's place. That pushes the skull up. As soon as I push that, you know, as soon as I push the next line of text up there, I'm just gonna die. And so I guess one thing that could be really helpful in all of this is if there was some way that I could get this text out of being stuck in these corners. I can shift skulls around, and if I were able to do, I don't know why I can also push this move down. That's really interesting. I don't know what that would do for me, but it seems very odd. So, I'm not sure, to be honest, what I can do here. Level is weak will cause me to immediately lose, so I don't want to do that. If I had a way of... I could do... Let's see. If I do text is weak, the issue here, yeah, is that I'm trying to find a way to kill weak now. So if I say text is weak, this is interesting. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's gonna allow me to destroy that. So that was worth a quick thought anyway. If I say text is push, I can now push skulls around. Oh, I can't. Okay, because the skulls are not actually, they're not, the skulls aren't pushable, they're just movable, so that doesn't seem to really do a whole lot of good. Alright, so let's see. If I have belt is shift, if I had a way of saying belt is push, then I could probably push the belt onto text or something that would allow me, well, I can't actually get, oh right, I remember this now. I can't actually get belt to shift down here. So anyway, let's just continue what I was doing beforehand. I was getting down to a position like this. So I had all the text that pushes the skulls upwards. And then I can just keep doing that. Alright. So, okay. I kind of wish that I had a way of maybe conveyor belting down some text. That could be interesting. Let me think about this. If I could conveyor belt some of the text down, then I could kind of manipulate things still a little bit. So this is interesting because I can get this is out of there, and then I do have text is shift. And now what can I do? I can sort of manipulate things a little bit more than what I was doing beforehand. Can I, though? Yeah, this basically puts me in the exact same position I already were. So I can... Keke facing... So it's a skull facing Keke's defeat. So if I had a way of pushing some text like here or something, then that would be very interesting because it would cause all the skulls to like stack up or face the wrong direction or something like that. But I don't know if I see a way to do that yet. So I can push is there. This is odd. Oh crap, I didn't want to do that. Ah, damn it. I was absent-mindedly just like walking around and my brain was like, yeah, touch the flag. It'll be good for you. It normally is, but not today. Flags are evil. They're covered in AIDS. I don't know why I said that. Not all of them, but some of them. Alright. Anyway, got that out of my system, I hope. Let's see about... what happens if I push text to shift there? Is there a way for me to recover this belt? Be kind of nice if I were able to push some of the text down, and then that would let me... Huh. Yep, we're gonna be in for the long haul on this one, I think. Strap yourself in. It's gonna be one of those levels, and that's fine. What does weak do? Weak means that if anything is stacked on top of that, the weak, it dies. So my hope was that if I did text is weak, I would be able to then break the... Oh! Got it. Okay. So, one thing I can do, if I make text weak, I ought to be able to find a way. I can do this. I see now. Alright, so there is use for doing text is weak at the very beginning, and that is to kill this extra is statement, so that I can get access to push. So I now have push, and I now have access to belt is push, so we're in really good shape at this point. Unfortunately, shift died, so I guess I probably want to not kill belt is... I don't want to kill shift or belt. I can kill that extra is, though. And this is going to be a little bit hard because I'm going to lose both of these is statements, but they're the things I have the most duplicates of, so it's okay. So now that I've done that, I can come over here, and I can kill this is, and now I have access to push. I can push this one out, And now I can push. I can start to push some of this text around a little bit. So now if I say that belt is push, I can come over here and I can start to manipulate this belt a little bit. And what we're gonna do is I'm gonna get text out of the way because it's a little bit, you know, in the way. And now that I have a belt that I can push around, I could say belt is push. Okay, what can I pull off with this belt that I wasn't really able to do before now that I can push it around? That can manipulate the skull so that they face upwards. That's probably useful. I can... Ideally, what I'm aiming for is a way to push this text down, but I don't think that's going to happen. So, if I... Okay, so one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just position this a little bit differently. So I can push there and shift there, and I can push the belt there. And it'd be really kind of awesome. Oh, I think I know what I can do. Wait, do I know what I can do? No, but I'll figure out something that I can do as I work through all these puzzles. That's important. So I can push this is over here. I can push this push up. I can push this is over here to get text is weak in position. And then I can redo basically what I was already doing. Belt is push. Okay. Can now push this around. So now that I've done this, it'd be kind of nice if I had a way of pushing the belt underneath the weak. But I don't think I'm going to have the ability to do that. God damn it, I killed shift instead of is. Okay, so we're going to do that. Oops. So let's do this. Push is weak up there. Okay. And we want to say that text is no longer weak. Text is of average strength at most. We're going to push the is into place very shortly. I'm guessing... Not sure exactly right now what I want. I suppose... If I did this, I get the belt around. I can push it there. Alright, so now the belt is shift, but I can never make it push again. And that doesn't seem particularly useful. I wish that I had... you have enough room to make a vertical rule. Yeah, that's kind of what I would like to do. I need to find some way of positioning all these things so that I do have access to a vertical rule. And it would be really cool if I could do belt is shift and also have like another is statement somewhere, but truthfully I'm not sure if I see it in the cards, so to speak. So I can do text is shift. You know, this is getting somewhere. Okay. That does let me have the conveyor belt right there. And then as soon as I move through there, that skull, like, just kicks my ass. Let's see. You just stack, shift, and push on something. That's pretty clever, actually. Yeah. I generally have found that I need 2 belts to pull off stacking things. You know, there might be a way to do it, but that's generally been the thing that I need. So if I say belt is push, I can, oh crap, I pushed text into a bad spot or when I reversed all the way down here. Okay. The other thing I can do is turn belt into text, but I don't have access to any belts when I do that. So I could say belt is push. I now have access to this belt. I could take the belt, I could push it up here. And I think it would be kind of interesting if I had a way of taking taking text is and then killing weak with some text. I would then be able to say be able to push text over here, maybe. So let me think about this. When I got down into this area, to do belt is push, I had to push is and all that stuff up. And I don't need to actually do that. I could say, I could push this back over here for a second. Let's take push out of the equation for just a moment. And maybe let's avoid having text mess everything up in a second here. So we can do something like this. And come over here. I can then do belt is push. And unfortunately, things are a little bit in a very annoying position to deal with. But I can kind of work with this. Alright, so we got everything kind of where I want it to be. The text is in a bad spot though, so I need to probably just rearrange everything again. So I don't really want text to be here. I kind of want it to just be over there. And now I'm going to take text is, or I'm going to take push. I'm going to push it like that. Oh, at some point, I killed the belt on accident. I see. So I can't do what I was doing there. So I need to just reverse for a little while. I made a mistake by pulling text down here at all. So we're gonna just do that real quick. We're gonna push up for a second. We're gonna take this over. I can push the belt now. Let's take text out of the equation once again. Push it. Damn it. It's in such an annoying spot all the time because I don't plan. Alright. So now I just take the is. Oh, but belt won't be shift now. Shit. because I killed one of the is statements when I did all this. To do belt is push. So, is there a way for me to just keep one of the is statements? If I can do that, then we're in better company, so to speak. So, what can I afford to sacrifice? I need to keep shift. I need to keep push so I can push the belt somewhere eventually. I don't remember what I did exactly to lose one of the is statements. Oh, I see what I did. I had to push this is up. That resulted in the death of one of them. This resulted in the death of the other is. And I can't lose belts because I need that. I can't lose shift because I need that. Okay. This one's hard. Again. For like the 30th time I've said that Baba has difficult puzzles in it. But it does, so... You know. I don't feel too bad about making that bold claim here. I wish I had a way... I don't know. Let's push is up there. We'll say text is weak. That kills that is. And I can come down here. I can kill this is. Oops. Oh, I guess I meant to kill the other... Oh, no, hang on. That's fine. So I killed that is... And maybe I do need to find a way of stacking up some of these things on top of each other. It could be cool to do, like, text is shift and belt is shift at the same time. That could be very interesting. So... Let me think about this for a second. We do belt is shift. I can kind of do some stuff there. Text is push, belt is shift. Okay. Okay, so I can do... get the belt to be pushed around a little bit. God damn it, I positioned text once again in a really, really annoying spot. So, we don't want to do that. Okay, give me 1 second. We'll just take text is out for a little bit here. Okay, we'll say belt is push. I can now at least work with this conveyor belt, and I can do maybe something like this. Get text. If I do belt is shift. And maybe if I just have the belt under... Let's see, what can I do with it? If I say that belt is no longer push, it's there, and that's a problem. Okay, what I'm gonna do So I have belt is shift over way too far for that's like problem number one. So I'm going to reset now to a position where I can work with belt is shift in kind of towards the middle of the room, which should allow me a lot more freedom to make these statements. And that way I at least have the maximum amount of like maneuverability and placitude, you know? So I'm gonna just get the text into a position over here. And we're probably just gonna wanna do belt is push. Gotta kinda wrangle shit. Alright, so let's just see about what I want to do here. I guess I want to push shift at some point anyway. I guess I don't want to have is in that position. So now, if I did push shift up, okay, I'm not super committed to doing it this way for right now. Well, hang on. So then I won't. We'll just push shift to the left, just to give myself a little bit more room. Okay, this is good. Now I have access to another row that I can park text on and move around with. So now I can shove text up a little bit, push it over here for right now. Take push. This is such a cramped little area. I'm not really that big of a fan. Okay, so belt is now push. Let's just shift everything over a little bit again. And now things are looking kind of okay. If I had a way, I could push. Alright. That was... yeah, I am able to stack stuff up. So people that are getting kind of stoked about that should feel stoked about that. That seems to be a good idea. So one thing that I could do is I could push shift up. I could do belt is push. And I'm wondering what happens if well, I can't do that yet because text is in the way, or stuff is in the way. I'm wondering what happens if it's at all possible for me to do this, but we're not able to get the text to double stack like that. And I think I might have made a mistake by pushing belt and shift on top of each other. That's probably not going to end up flying in the end. But it's a start. Okay, so I can push that there. What can I do with this conveyor belt? I think it's sort of like I want to push text onto the same time that a conveyor is pushing it onto a given tile. So if I just kind of space things out a little bit. Yeah, so we have belt and shift they're kind of ruining everything in their current because they're touching each other. So let's reverse course for a little bit. let's not have done what I did earlier where I pushed shift to the left to get it to touch belt like that. That was a little bit convenient, but also ultimately it seems to have created a lot more trouble than it's worth. So what we're gonna do is I wasn't even using text at all for a little while there. So we're gonna just take that out of the equation for now. And yeah, I'm starting to see why I kind of wanted. Let's see. Do I interact with viewers? Anyway, let's go ahead and see if I can push some of this shit around a little bit differently. I guess. Where can I potentially put stuff and push stuff at the same time? Okay. I could do... let's see. Tap something on the belt and convert the belt to text, then make text shift push. That's kind of interesting. Yeah, I didn't really think of doing something like that. But then if I converted the belt to text, it would just become belt. Like, it doesn't become anything particularly interesting when I do that. So let's see. What can I do to figure this out? I really don't want to push anything to the left or to the right, to be totally honest. I'm gonna try that, though. I'm not super stoked on this, but it's kinda better than nothing. And god damn it, why do I always put the text in the least convenient spot for whenever I'm doing anything here? Okay, so let's reverse course a little bit to before having pushed the text all the way down there. We'll keep it there for once, so I don't have to keep running into this issue. We're gonna push belt. I think it's okay to actually have belt in a position like that. Is it though? Nah, let's leave it down a little bit first. And we'll get this in position there. Get this into position there. Get this into position there. Oh, yeah, what the hell am I thinking? This isn't gonna work. Wait, yes it will. This is fine. No, it's not. Okay. Yeah, so pushing everything over to the left is bad because it means I can't actually get the belt out of where it needs to go. So let's see. I really don't want to push shift to the right. It was better than having it on belt itself, but it's still not great. Whatever. Let's mess with this in this sort of positioning now, and that'll be alright anyway. We can come over here. We can push the belt through. Push is... push the belt over there. Alright, so... So I have the belt up there. I don't have anything stacked when I do that, though. The only thing I can think of... This would be kind of very interesting. Would be... if I had all of this stuff lined up. It's gonna shift push. Though that's kind of interesting too. Would be Yeah, okay, that's actually not super interesting. But it's kinda neat. Let's get text into the into things now. Here. If I say belt is shift. Alright. Here's something else that I'm gonna attempt to do. We're just gonna get damn it. Once again, I have positioned text in the worst possible time I could have done that. So let's get text the hell out of there once again. Okay, so what I kind of want to see is if I have enough elements to just push it along. So I have 4 things. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5 skulls to get through. And 4 elements to do stuff with. So I can now do belt is shift. That'll move that skull up. I can then say belt is push. Start to move stuff along. That's kind of interesting. And huh. Okay, this is kind of cool. What can I do now? I could say I could have some text on there. Maybe instead of doing push, I do belts. This is getting kind of cool. And then I say text is shift. Okay, so that immediately kills me. I can kind of eliminate some of this by just doing that. Okay, so the problem is that the skull is sort of getting in the way. Alright, belt is shift. And then text is shift. Alright, so now all the skulls are out of the way. Text is able to push stuff up, but text is also push. This is interesting. I think I do want to have something double stacked at some point, but I just don't know. God, these levels are so ridiculously difficult. Just relentless sometimes, you know? Okay, so I was able to push the conveyor belt along because that's what they could do. Whoa, that got kind of funky because the skull shifted into me as soon as I went on the conveyor belt. I've seen that happen before, but I'm, not too... I still got a little bit surprised by it because I haven't seen it happen in a while. So I'm not too sure. Yeah, I mean, I could convert the conveyor belt into text. And then if I have text as shift, that does give me more things that are shifty that I can push around. But it's like I'm not too sure. The issue is that if I I don't know. I would get more text, and I could use the text as conveyor belts, and I would be able to huh. I still think I was onto something a little bit. What am I planning for level is blank? I think that I want level is text, so I can do rock is level when I get to the overworld. So that's where I'm aiming with all of this. Huh. Yeah, I'm pretty damn lost on this one. I feel like I'm very close to the solution as always, but I just don't know. Belt is shift, that pushes that text up. Huh. Like, I just wish I had a way of traversing this skull corridor without getting killed immediately. But I just don't know how to pull that off. I don't know. If flag is window, you just need to go to the flag. I think so. What if two texts were stacked and they were both shift? Would they shift each other forward? Yeah, you're right. That's brilliant. Let's do that. So, if we say... I got it now. Okay. Once we do that, we're in totally good shape. So, what I can do is I can push weak up here. I can then push belt is shift and push onto the same block at the same time. So, what do I need to do to pull that off? I guess I would want... So I would push... I would do belt is shift at the same time that I push some text into place to do it. So I'd probably do something like this. And that unfortunately didn't work. Yeah, see, that's the thing. It's like the... I feel like I need multiple conveyor belts to get text stacked on each other, but I don't actually know if that's the case or not. Let's see about this. If I do, okay, so this is I think this is definitely the right idea. I think that it's, if we do get two things with text stacked on top of each other, they will shift each other upwards. So it's all about just finding the right configuration to move. Yeah, we just need a way to do that. And I have fairly limited space to pull it off. But, if I were here and I pushed some text at the same time the conveyor belt was pushing something, the correct direction. Okay. Oh. Yeah, so this is the setup that I had mere moments ago, and it almost seemed like it worked. Yeah, I'm really surprised that this doesn't quite work the way I expected it to. But I guess I'm also not. I definitely don't want to do belt as text. Wait. Yes, I do. Oh. This is actually... Okay, now I understand. I don't need to use the conveyor belts. I need to stack text on the belt and just convert belt into text at the same time that I do that. And somebody in my chat told me that, but they told me that after I did it. Or after I figured it out for myself, so it doesn't count as cheating. Okay, so what we need to do is get belt as push, get text to get that into position there, and get text into position. God, I do not have enough space. This is getting a little old, but it's okay. So I can push a little bit over here for right now. Damn it. Text, just get the hell out of here for a second. Okay. And all right. Wait, was that it? Okay. That probably wasn't intentional, but it'll totally work out. Oh, I don't want to lose text, though, because I want to make text as shift in the end. So, I need to take belt as shift off. I need to take push and just position it correctly. Oh, yeah, okay. We'll stick is over here. We'll take push and we'll get it into place there. We'll take is, we'll get it into place over here. Okay, we now have double stacked belt and push. We can get that into position there. We can then push belt out of the way. We can say text is shift. And they'll start moving forward. They'll push weak out of the way as I expected earlier. I can come over here and say that move is no longer a factor in this. So having done that, I can now say level is text. And we can go to the overworld with this pupper. And now I've converted level over here to be text. I can say rock is level. And we can then move on to, yeah, we can, okay, having done that, we can, yeah, so we can't say, like, rock is level. Another thing that we can do that's very interesting